Hello, welcome to this 3 hour special Take Control of Your Destiny seminar. I am Richard K. Wanyama of LLEADSGroup America Incorporated that works in collaboration with its Africa partner, Lighthouse Leadership Systems, LLEADSGroup Limited. My role as your coach over these 3 hours is to explore information you can take away and apply so that it helps you to create a life you love that fulfills and inspires you. This information should help you create a life you are excited to wake up to each day. You should be able to improve your health, your career, and your finances. You should be able to create a happier and more fulfilling life. My assumption in this seminar is that you are ready to take action and start transforming your life. Let me start by taking a poll to know at what level you are. I will ask a question and I will expect you to go to the chat to show where you are on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being I'm not ready and 10 being I am totally ready. You will just indicate 1, 2, 3, up to 10. Just indicate one number to show where you are on the scale of 1 to 10. 1 being I'm not ready, and 10 being I'm totally ready. You will use the chat on your device. And this is the question. How ready are you to start making changes to your life? How ready are you to start making changes to your life? So go to your chat and indicate. 1 means I'm not ready, and 10 is the last one on the scale, means I'm totally ready. Indicate. Okay. Okay, I'm totally ready. Ready. 100% ready. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very many people are ready to start changing their lives. You are in the right place. You're in the right place. I can see you are motivated. I will tell you about our vision. The vision of our business and the company and the ministry is financially secure leaders sustainably transforming African society. That's the picture we see. At the end of our journey, we want to see financially secure leaders sustainably transforming African society. Financially secure, sustainably transforming. Transforming is a total turnaround, change that totally turns around a community or a people. And sustainable means it stays, it sticks. That positive change sticks. That is what we are up to. That's what we see at the end of our journey as a company. Why do we emphasize financially secure leaders? Because leadership is influence and nothing else. The Bible says, to money all things humbly yield obedience. That is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 19 in one of the available translations. God, since creation, always works with resourced leaders to create impact, to create change, to create transformation. And so our experience shows that leaders who are financially insecure do not cause transformational, sustainable impact on their communities, on their companies, businesses, and so forth. Because leadership is influence, and money, financial security, is a power. That's another statement that we find in the scriptures. I will tell you about our mission statement. It goes like this. LLEADSGroup America Incorporated, in a partnership with Lighthouse Leadership Systems LLEADSGroup Limited, is growing a resourceful family place where 1 million leaders across Africa learn, collaborate, mastermind, explore opportunities, attain financial security, build their own networks of impactful transformational leaders, and use their power to restore hope and improve the quality of life in their communities. That is our mission. That we are talking about African leaders. We target 1 million. We want to create an environment where they learn, collaborate, work with one another, mastermind, explore opportunities together so that they attain financial security. And that power of financial security is a power. That power enables them to build their own networks of impactful transformational leaders. And together, they use that power to restore hope in the communities and improve the quality of life. Some of our communities across Africa have lost hope. Situations are so hopeless, and the quality of life is so low. And so, we are aiming at leaders who can turn around this positively, but the influence comes from financial security. A lot about what we do, you can find it on our website. Our website is www.leadsgroup.com. You can find there a lot about the work that we do, our goals, our values, our passion. You can find it explained there. I want to just challenge you to think and reflect and probably clarify. What do you really want out of life? What do you really want out of life? Our seminar is called Taking Control of Your Destiny. Taking 100% control of your destiny. Are you 100% in control of your destiny? Your journey, your life journey, are you in control, or it is controlled from a certain place? Our seminar is taking 100% control of your destiny. Media mogul Oprah Winfrey said she was born and raised in a state of poverty, lack, and want. She said she sat down one day and told herself, one day, I really hope I have enough money to have a home with beautiful things in a beautiful surrounding that matches my beautiful spirit. By 2023, Forbes estimated Oprah Winfrey's net worth at US dollars 2.5 billion and called her one of the richest self-made women in America. She wanted something. At your core, when you sit down and reflect and listen to yourself and listen to the voice that comes from inside yourself, not from the radio, not from social media, not from the internet, not even from this seminar. The voice that it comes out of yourself, especially when you sit somewhere alone and listen. At your core, what do you really want? What does that voice want? Because that voice is the real you. What do you want? What is that which comes out of that voice? Just reflect on that. What is it that you really want? As you reflect, I'll just give some clues. Probably, you want a good life for yourself. You want a good life for yourself. Maybe enough income, enough money. Maybe stability in your career or business. Maybe you want to enjoy a certain kind of lifestyle. Probably you want to prepare yourself for a higher level. You want to rise from the level where you are to a higher level. Maybe there are certain things you want to do for yourself. Probably there are some people you want to meet. Probably what you really want is something to do with your family. Maybe you want to meet the needs of your family and enjoy together with your family. Maybe you want to contribute to family goals and priorities. Your family, bigger family, has certain goals and priorities. And that is what you really want. You want to get a way to contribute to those goals and priorities. Maybe you want to pay your family back for the sacrifices they have made for you thus far. African families make so many sacrifices. In many situations in Africa, your development, right from preschool through school up to graduate and postgraduate level, many times it is born, the burden is born purely by the family. There is no other mechanism. There's no other mechanism to support. Probably you are saying you want to find a way to pay your family back for the sacrifices. Do something that fills the gap of that was created by the sacrifices. Probably you want to make your family proud of you. Proud, you want to make them be proud of you. It could be that what you really want is through the community, beyond the family, the community. Maybe you want to play your part to make a contribution to the community. Maybe you want to play your part to make a difference in the community. Say this community is dark, it's ruled by darkness. I want to create a mechanism to light up the place. Maybe you want to play your part to serve the community through education, through health, through some social service, through some community development. Probably that's what you really, really, really want from the voice that you keep hearing coming from you inside. Probably you have your personal goals which are connected to the community. Maybe you want to be a representative of the community to the council, to the parliament, to the senate, whatever. What is that you really want? Our seminar is called Taking 100% Control of Your Destiny. Your destiny comes from those voices that rise from inside you. You can't take control of a destiny that you do not know. You can't take ownership of something which you don't know. So it must get clearer and clearer. It must get clearer and clearer. So as you reflect, I just want to give you another angle of reflection. As a question, are you right now where you are in your life, are you getting the most important results you want? Some of the people in this attending this seminar, you are parents. You are parents with the children in school. When the school term ends, you ask this question: where are the results? Where are the results? And they bring the report card, and you begin to look at the subjects. This subject was out of 100. What did you get? This other one, out of 100. What did you get? This other subject, out of 100. What did you get? You are checking the results. And unfortunately, when we leave school, nobody checks our results. Nobody checks the results. When the children are in school, they know the parent will check for results. And they become serious. When we leave school, because nobody checks the results, sometimes we drop the results. So I'm asking the question, are you, as you reflect, are you getting the most important results you want? Now, for a child in school, maybe lower school, the areas where results are expected might be mathematics, maybe English language, social studies probably, and science. Those are 4 areas. Those are 4 areas. The child must show results in those 4 areas. English, mathematics, social studies, science, depending on the curriculum, depending on the country. It will differ depending on the country. Now here, as we reflect on this, are you getting the most important results? I will mention 6 areas. 6 areas. One is personal level. At a personal level. That subject called personal level. Now, these 6 areas, when you are setting your personal goals, take note of them. These are the areas where you should have goals when you are setting personal goals. Like that child in school sets personal goals. I should get above average. My parent is not happy when I get below average. My parent is not happy. So I need to get above average in these 4 subjects. Now in these are your 6 subjects where you should get above average. Now here, you don't have a parent who will be unhappy, but life will be unhappy with you. With you, your life, your parent is life. If the results are not good in these 6 areas, life will give you feedback. How does life give you feedback? When the landlord throws you out, life is giving you feedback. How does life give you feedback? When the month is at 10th or 15th and the money is already over. How does life give you feedback? When you cannot pay school fees for your children. That is feedback. Life is giving you feedback. That is, life is your parent. Once you leave school, life becomes your parent. It checks the results. Now, these are the 6 subjects, the 6 areas where life expects you to have goals. One is personal level. As a person. As a person. Now, as a person, these are the most important areas to check. Always as a person. Nobody will check this for you as a person. One is your value system. As a person, at a personal level. So that's one of the areas of life at a personal level. One of the areas at a personal level is your value system. Remember, there is a journey you are on. But are your value system supporting that journey? If you continue to behave the way you behave, for example, will you make it? So, the value system, your value system. The way you think, that's a personal issue. The way you think, how you think. How you think. The way you work, your work ethic, those are personal issues. Your work ethic. I can give you an example. There are people, their work ethic goes like this. They come late and go away very early. They come to work, instead of coming at 7:30, 8, they come at 11 and sneak into work. They're supposed to leave at 5, they leave at 3:30. Or when they go for lunch, they don't come back. Or sometimes they enter at 10, 11, hang the coat on the chair, and disappear somehow, and come back at 4 o'clock to pick the coat and the bag and to go home with everybody who is going away at 11. I mean at the close of the day. That is a work ethic. Those are personal things. Those are personal things. Other things which are personal are health, your health. Whether you are having good health, you are managing your health well, health, energy, your energy level, all those are personal issues. So, that is one of the subjects where you are expected to have goals and manage very well. And if you don't, life will give you feedback. There are people who don't manage their health well, and you discover someone of 30 years, 40 years, looks like someone of 70 years. The energy of a 30-year-old person, 40-year-old person, is like the energy of a 75-year-old person. That person has mismanaged themselves. Habits, drinking, smoking, those are personal choices, but they are in the personal level. If you drink like that, if you smoke like that, if you smoke that thing which you smoke, do you think you will reach that result which you keep feeling in your spirit? Those are personal level. The other level is family level. Family level. Family and relationships. Family and relationships. Very important area. The quality of the family, connection to the family, the atmosphere in the family. Is the family happy? Is the family with you? Are they supporting you? Do they understand what you're trying to do? Are they praying for you? Do they see you? Do you see them? Do you know what is happening with the family members? Are you supporting what the family members are going through? Are you closely knit with your family? That is the family area. If the family area is not managed well, if you don't have a clear goal about the family area, are the family people, is your family comfortable? Have you found a place which they call home? Are they comfortable? Are they okay? Are they protected? They feel secure? Do they feel positive about the future? That is the family area. The next area where your results will be checked is the career business area. Career and business. And this is to do with what work do you do? Are you a professional person? Are you an employed person? Are you a business person? How is your work going? If you are employed working somewhere, if you are doing business, how is the work going? Are you planning well? Are you executing well? Are you evaluating well? Are you monitoring the work well? All of those questions are in the career business area of your life. Like that child in school, this is another subject for you because you're not now in school. So this is your subject where you need another subject where you need to show the results. And if you don't, your teacher, life, will give you feedback. That is career business. What do you wake up to go and do? Some people don't have something they wake up to go and do. They wake up to go with the wind. When someone says, let's go this way, they go. When you go, let's go that way, they go. And let's go this way, let's go that way, let's go this way. And you realize a year has passed when you are just running up and down. The next area is finances, wealth, investment. Finances, wealth, investment. This is about money and wealth creation. How is this area? How are your finances? Do you have money? How do you get money? How do you manage money? How do you multiply money? That is called finances, wealth, investment. The other area is lifestyle. Lifestyle. Lifestyle is to do with designing the kind of life you want to live. You design the life you want to live and create it. You say, I will be a person who lives like this. That is called lifestyle. That is also a responsibility. If you don't have a lifestyle, if you don't design for yourself the life you want to live. Some people will give you their lifestyle to live. So that is also another area. There are people who work so hard, but they are so poor at lifestyle. They live so badly. But also there are people who live so extravagantly. Their lifestyle has no design. Someone makes $100 today, but he spends $300 today. He has spent excess. That is a lifestyle which is wild. It has no design. It has ended up being extravagant. Lastly, the other area you need to design, another subject area you need to design, to work on, have goals, clear goals, is community impact. Contribution to the community. Supporting community causes. Doing certain things in the community. Faith, religion is in the personal level, the number one, because it's a personal choice. It's in your personal level. Religion, faith is in the first area. So, again, the question I ask is, are you getting the most important results in these areas? Where are the results? What are the results looking like? Like you always ask that child, what are the results like? What did you get in science? What did you get in mathematics? Now, you can also be asked, what are you getting in these 6 areas? Because the results you are getting in these 6 areas determine the quality of life, determine whether you are happy or not. Remember, our seminar is taking 100% control of your destiny. These are the building blocks. These 6 areas are the building blocks of your destiny. If these ones go wild, then your destiny has gone wild. These are the building blocks of your destiny. One thing to know always is that you can absolutely create the kind of results you want in these areas. You have that power inside you. You have that permission inside you. You have that as anything that you feel strongly about in these 6 areas. When you sit down, it comes in voices to you. Inside you, there is power to create it. Inside you, there is power to create it. There is a saying I keep using, that you were created in the image and likeness of God to command the universe, to give you a life befitting of a God. But if you take on the image and likeness of a rat, the universe will send you rat food. The universe can be cruel. Earth can be cruel. Life can be cruel. You can be meant to live a very good life, like a noble, but you can actually end up living like a rat, living a life you don't enjoy at all. Our destiny, as we talk about taking 100% control of our destiny comes many times to us in the form of a whisper. A whisper. When you are seated somewhere, you hear like a voice whispering to you. You can ... You can ... You can ... is you. I'm not feeling it in because I don't know what the voice of destiny whispers to you. There is something which the voice of destiny, that voice that comes from your destiny, from your life journey. Your life journey is designed inside you, in your soul. The voice of your soul whispers to you. You can do that thing. Don't you think you can do this? Can't you see that you can do dash, dash, dash? That whisper. What is the whisper you keep hearing? As we talk about taking 100% control of your destiny, that whisper is very important. That whisper is the feedback, the voice, the guiding voice. The Bible says, you will hear a voice from behind you telling you, this is the way, walk ye in it. That's what the Bible says. That you will hear a voice coming from behind you, telling you, this is the way, walk ye in it. Pass here. This is the way, pass here. You do this thing. You can do this thing. Now, a caution. Don't die before you respond to that whisper. Don't die. I met someone who wanted to die. He wanted to die. He had begun to speak to his family. When I'm not around, you people, in case I'm not around, his language had turned to the language of someone who wants to die. Don't die before you respond to the whisper. Don't die as someone who only raised children. You gave birth to children and raised children. Remember, family and relationships is just one of the building blocks. There are over 6 building blocks to life. Raising children, marrying, getting children, raising them, educating them is just one of the blocks. It's just family and relationships. There is a personal, you yourself. You are a goal area. You are a priority. There is a career, business, the work. There is money, finance, wealth, investment. Is an area. There is lifestyle. There is community contribution. What happens many times is that people get caught onto just one of these areas and they run with that one and neglect everything else. I've seen people who go and get a job and they just get stuck on the job. This job is everything. Even their family never sees them. Even their church never sees them. They are at work. When you ask, no, I'm at work. Some people go to church and church becomes everything. Even the family never sees them. The work never sees them. The community never sees them. What whisper do you keep hearing as we take charge of our destiny? What is the whisper that you keep hearing? Before you were created, you were permitted to follow up and fulfill that voice, what that voice is telling you. Many of us Africans are programmed to go through life like we are waiting for someone to give us permission to live the kind of life we want to live. We live in our communities like we are waiting for some permission. We only realize too late that we came with the permission and that all along we had the mandate to design, to create, and enjoy the kind of life we want. That kind of life which the voice keeps whispering to you. Let me say this, I'm an African. Sometimes you are hearing this voice, but the state you are in, these things I'm talking about, they seem to be too far. Sometimes you are hearing this, but you are not in a good place. Just the physical place where you are. You say, these people don't understand where I am. These people don't understand the job I am, the thing I am doing right now. The thing I'm doing, maybe as a job, maybe to earn money. It is so far below. I want to tell you, it doesn't matter. Someone said, it doesn't matter where you are. What matters is where you are facing. Where you are facing. Where you are going. That's what matters. As I speak right now, some people, you might even be involved in something illegal. Illegal. Trying to survive. Or something which doesn't click with your spirit. There's something you are doing and you feel, I just don't enjoy doing this thing. I don't enjoy doing this. Oh, your economic situation right now as you hear this voice or attend this seminar, your economic situation is so low. Is so low that even you don't believe the voice you keep hearing. The voice of destiny. I want to tell you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can make it. You can become the person you see in your dream. You can become the person you hear in that voice of destiny, in that whisper which says, you can, dash, dash, dash. You can, dash, dash, dash. Sometimes that voice says, you can, dash, dash, like so and so. Maybe there is someone you admire. Now, as you keep admiring, then that voice tells you, you can, dash, 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 like so and so. You can. You can be better. That voice is your truth. That message in that voice is the truth. You need to cooperate with that voice. Like I said, before you were created, you were permitted. You were given permission to pursue that thing. I am going to challenge you to type in the chat the issue you want to deal with to feel that you've taken control of your destiny. I am going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to type in the chat. The question we are dealing with is, what do you want? What's the number one thing you want to change in your life? Let me just give you some clues. It could be something you want to change in your life to feel you have taken control of your destiny. What's the number one thing you want to change in your life? Type it in the chat. Maybe it is to pursue a career you've kept running away from. Maybe it is to mend a broken relationship. Maybe it is to start a business, dealing in something. Maybe it is to position yourself where you can learn something, a certain trade, a certain skill. Maybe it is to clean up the messes in your financial life. Maybe it is to start investing. There will be what we call atomic assignments. I'll give you between sessions. We call them atomic because they are little things you need to do, but they create big impact. An atom, we get that name from an atom. An atom is the smallest unit of anything that is existing, that has form. In its simplest form is an atom. But that atom has power. We can go into that atom and actually make an atomic bomb, which can be very, very devastating, or atomic energy, which is so powerful. So that's why we call those assignments atomic assignments. Little things you can do, but they create big impact in your life. Remember that every time you are not happy about anything in your life, that thing you are not happy with, especially in those 6 result areas, it didn't happen overnight. It has been built sometimes from childhood, like money problems, financial problems. They build right from the first day you were born. Your mind begins to take a certain money and financial paradigm of scarcity. There's no money, money is never enough, money doesn't grow on trees, money. Over time, over the 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Now, when you are trying to change that and bring a different result, these atomic actions, these atomic assignments are very important. In the same way, you have accumulated little by little your financial paradigm, your money paradigm, your money philosophy that you have right now. Similarly, you will have to remove it little by little by doing some of the assignments we share with you. Some of these actions, you'll have to make them routine, like every morning is my ritual. When I wake up, I do it. When I'm going to bed, I do it. I do it 3 times a day. I do it 4 times a day. Some of these have to be made routine. Some of the atomic assignments we will be giving you, you have to make them routine, because there is something you are trying to remove, but that which you are trying to remove is the one which has been settled in your life for many years, for decades. The more interest and effort you invest in any good thing, the bigger the result you reap out of it. So you need to be interested and to give it effort. I call upon your participation and concentration in every one of these atomic assignments that we share with you and ask you to carry forward. Now, in taking 100% control of our destiny, one of the things we have to focus on is belief. We already talked about one, clarity of what you want. We talked about clarity of what you want. That was an area to really focus on. The next thing is belief. Belief. You must believe that you can get what you want. You will not be able to take action if you don't believe in something. Remember, belief is a choice. You choose. You don't just wake up and you say, I believe somehow. No, you sit down and decide and say, I am choosing to believe. If you can't believe in something, you will be stuck. By the way, even limiting beliefs are a choice. Sometimes they are limiting beliefs. I can't. Me, I can't. My family, we can't. No, this cannot happen for us. Us? No. Who am I to manage this? Why am I thinking like this? These people, what are they telling us? These people are messing me up. I don't think I can. Those kinds of beliefs are also a choice. You choose to believe like that. Those are beliefs about money, beliefs about wealth, beliefs about success, about poverty. Sometimes we think people only fear problems, fear bad life. No, some people actually fear good life. Some people fear success. How will people see? How will people see me building a house like that, living in a home like that? How will people see me driving a motor car? How will people see me also coming in a place which looks like that? Some people actually have limiting beliefs, negative beliefs, even about good things. And these beliefs are always a result of our earlier experiences from childhood, from those formative years, 1 to 4 years. Now, any belief you choose becomes your truth. When you choose to believe in a certain way, that thing you have chosen to believe becomes your truth. Every time you try to do something which is against your belief, is the opposite of what you believe, it becomes difficult. You just can't do it. And that's why we are saying to take control of your destiny. Number one, we saw clarifying what you want. What do you want? And this want, we said, it's not just that, people are making money in this thing, I also want it. People are making money in this one. And it's not about making money. It's about the voice, the whisper, that message which never goes away. It can keep quiet, but it keeps coming back. Your soul is telling you, that is what I want. That is something you can do even if nobody is doing it. That's the voice of your soul. You can decide to follow people and you say, I also want to do like so and so. I also want to do like the people are doing. Yes, you can. But many times it won't last. Because when those people turn away from that thing, you will also turn away. Why? You followed people. But if you choose something which comes from inside you, deep inside you, then that is authentic. It's the voice of your soul. The voice of your soul is in connection with the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God knows how He made you, how He wired you. In the Bible it says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. The Bible says, before you were created in your mother's womb, I knew you. Now that voice which comes to you, that voice, that whisper, comes from that place where you were made before you came even in the womb. Before you came on earth, there is a place you came from. That voice comes from that place. That is how original it is, that voice. That is how authentic it is. That is how powerful it is. It comes from that dark place where you came from before you even entered the womb. When you connect with that voice, that thing has impact. That thing has power. That thing attracts resources. That thing attracts partnerships. That thing attracts impact. That thing turns around the communities. That thing gives you a name. That thing lasts. When you do it, it lasts. It stands the test of time. Why? It is not just by fashion. It's not just by following people. It is coming from where you came from. That's how some people manufactured an aeroplane. Those people who manufactured an aeroplane, it wasn't there. People said they are mad. People said these people are mad. These people are sinners. Because nobody is supposed to fly in the air. Flying is only for birds and angels. That's what they told those people. Birds and angels are the only ones supposed to fly in the pattern of God. Anybody who thinks you can fly in the air, you are a sinner. You are sinning against God's plan. That's what they told them. But those two men, the Wright brothers, they said, no, there is something we feel. There is something we feel. You people can talk like that, we can even be discouraged. But when we sit down, there is something we feel that a man can fly in the air in something. That's how they made the aeroplane. That's how they made the radio. That's how they made the telephone. That's how they made the motor car. Today we cannot do without the motor car. Today we cannot do without the telephone. Even you, all of you who are attending, you have your telephone very near. Some of you are attending on your telephone. That's why you have the telephone. That's how we have the motor car I talked about, the telephone I talked about, the radio. We have the radio. People believed and listened even when it wasn't fashion. Even when they didn't have support, they didn't just follow. The motor car. What people were using before the motor car was a cart. A wooden cart pulled by horses. That was the motor car. That was the transport. Pulled by horses. And someone said, I want something for transport which doesn't have horses. People said, you are crazy because it must have horses. He said, no, I can see inside me something which can transport you without horses. That's how someone created a motor car. So we talked about clarity of what you hear inside, what you feel strongly, clarifying that. Number two, we are talking about believing. When you have clarified it, don't think everybody is going to cheer you. No, some people will think you are mad. Some people will think you're crazy. You have to believe. You have to believe in that thing. If you don't believe in your thing, nobody will believe for you. There is someone called Seth Godin. Seth Godin said, nobody is going to pick you up. Pick yourself. Nobody is going to pick you up. Pick yourself. One of my mentors, Jim Rohn, said, if you are not happy with where you are, change it. You are not a tree. That's what Jim Rohn said. If you are not happy with where you are, change it. You are not a tree. That's how he used to speak. You are not a tree. If you are not happy in those 6 building blocks we talked about, change it. You are not a tree. Change it. How do you change it? Decide what you want. Write it down. Believe in it. Now, I didn't emphasize. Don't trust in your head. Don't trust that your head is speaking these things. No, write in a book. Get a good book. Don't use free books which are distributed in workshops and seminars, in hotels. Those writing parts. Spend money and buy a good book. We are in the knowledge information era. This era is the knowledge information age. You are as good as your knowledge and information. If you are poor in knowledge and information, you will be poor in money in this age. If you have bad knowledge and bad information, your manifestation will be bad. If you have nowhere you keep knowledge and information, nowhere, maybe you carry it in your head, you will also have nowhere where there is money called by your name. So, get a good book. That book should always be near a pen. And when these assignments we talk about, write it down. Write it in that book. Those 6 building blocks, those 6 areas of life: personal, family relationships, career, business, wealth, finance, investment, lifestyle, community contribution. Those areas, write them down and write down the results. Remember, you ask the child, what did you get out of 100? What are you getting out of 100? In each of those areas, what are you getting? Then you tell the child, next time work hard. Even you will need to say, next time work hard. And for you, your term begins now. Next term begins after this workshop, after this seminar. Work hard. And you tell the child, I will check the results when you get the report next time. Even you, life will check. Life is your teacher. It will check. Good. Our seminar is called Taking 100% Control of Your Destiny. We've talked about the building blocks, those priority areas. 6. There could be more. There could be more depending on you, what you want. But we often use those 6 areas: personal management, personal life, family and relationships, career and business, finance, wealth, investment, to do with money, lifestyle, and then community contribution. Those areas, when you take 100% control of your destiny, you are actually saying you want to take 100% control of those areas of your life. When you lose control of your destiny, those are the areas where you actually lose control. Those are the areas which go out of hand. When external factors begin to control you and influence you and dictate over you, they actually do so in those areas. So we've talked about clarifying steps, clarifying what you want in those areas of your life. We've talked about belief. You have to really believe that you can turn around those areas of your life. Now we'll talk about another step called create space. Create space for yourself in your life. Create space to be able to do that change, to cause that change. One of the hindrances to taking control of your destiny is lack of space. To gain more clarity, and succeed in your destiny, you must create space in your life. In this era, we are juggling so many things. There are so many important things we are juggling. There are so many less important things. There are so many urgent things. There are so many emergencies, and all of them are mixed up. Most of the time, we are actually overwhelmed. We are overwhelmed with resolving crisis after crisis after crisis. We are running almost all the time in crisis resolution mode. I want to share a creation story, that beautiful creation story, as an illustration of prioritization. In the creation story, we are told God focused on 3 big priorities. The big priorities are those few things. If you focus on them, everything else gets sorted. Like I said, right now, we are focusing on everything. 30 things, 40 things. We are doing a lot. We are chasing so many things. In just communicating with your team alone, there are so many roles. What is my team saying on phone? You go on phone. What is my team saying on email? You go on your email. What is my team saying on social media? You go on social media. What is my team saying in the meeting? You go to the meeting. The priority is actually just to know your team. What is your team focused on? But you have actually done 4 things. You've tried to get them in the meeting. You've tried to get them in social media. You've tried to get them on email. You've tried to get them on, even physically. And when you multiply that kind of thing with all the priorities you have, it becomes crazy. But there are big priorities. If you focus on the big priorities, everything else falls in place. So in taking 100% control of our destiny, we must identify those big priorities. Now, in the creation story, God focused on 6 big priorities. He seems to have been thinking, if I fix these few things, everything else will fall in place. I want to challenge you to create time and read the creation story in the book of Genesis, one of the books in the Bible. Read the creation story. It's the opening story. It's the opening account in that book. But this is what it says. It says, on day 1, God said the priority is light. Let's create light. Let there be light. And the Bible says he just focused on that. Day 2, he focused on the sky and the atmosphere. That's another big priority. Day 3, he focused on the dry land, the seas, the plants, and the trees. That was his priority. Day 4, he focused on the sun, the moon, and the stars. Day 5, he focused on creatures in the water and birds in the sky. Day 6, he focused on animals on the land and human beings. And he actually ended there. But we know that in the earth we have mountains, we have amoeba, we have so many things. We have so many. They are not mentioned here. He focused on 6 priorities, and those 6 priorities gave birth to everything we see. He didn't put. We don't see him creating skyscrapers, but it seems he knew, if I create the land with its resources and I create man with his intellect, he will bring the skyscrapers. God didn't focus on everything. He focused on 6 big priorities. And those 6 big priorities gave us everything we have today. That is something to learn from. We can call those the big rocks in our lives. Those big priorities. We can call them the big rocks. Someone has called them the big rocks. We can call them the big rocks of our lives. Now, we are talking about creating space. Our big rocks must find space in our lives. Because we've said our lives are so congested. Our lives in this era are so full. Our big rocks must find space. We must create space for them if we are to take charge, control of our destiny. What are those big rocks in a person's life? They are things like values, personal values, family values. They are things like health, your health. Your health is a big rock. There are things like a family. There are things like relationships, planning, career, business, finance, wealth, investment, lifestyle, community service, community contribution. Those are big blocks. They are big rocks. My observation of life is that when your life lacks space for your own big rocks, you start carrying the big rocks of other people. That's my observation. That anybody who fails to clarify the big rocks of their life and to fit them in their life, such a person begins to be a carrier of the big rocks of other people's lives, the big priorities of other people. If you don't plan your life, another person will plan how to use your life for their priorities. We will illustrate, we will demonstrate how this works. Sometimes, like we've said, our lives can be so full, like this jar, so full of the little things of life, the little urgent things of life, like the sand. This jar is full of sand. The little things of life are like a sand. There are so many. Then they come and pour in. We will take this jar to be our life, your life, my life, this jar. Now this jar has been filled with sand. It is full to the brim. It is full, you can see, of sand. Sand are those nitty-gritties, those many things that make our lives so busy. So busy, there is no space in our lives. Now in this jar, you can here and there see a black, something little bit big, some priority of life, something a little bit big. You can see something a little bit big there. You can see something a little bit big there. You can see something, but predominantly it is full of the nitty-gritties of life. Now, an interesting thing will happen. If life is like this, full of the nitty-gritties, and when we try now to come with our big priorities, our big rocks, we try to bring the big rocks. This is your life. Now you are trying to fit into this life the things, the big things that matter in your life, the big rocks of your life. Maybe this is a family. You're trying to fit the family in. You're trying to fit career in. You can't go further. You try to fit finances, investment in. You can see the very, very important things are finding the life already full. This life is already full. You can see the important things. That's why we are talking about creating space in your life. The important things just can't fit in. They just can't fit in. And this is sometimes how our lives look. They are filled to the brim. They are filled to the brim. They just can't fit in. The important things of life just can't fit in. We will try another. We'll try another. And we see what experience we get. We will try another. We say, probably if we reduce and have those little things, average, then we try to fit in the important things of life. Let's try to see. Try to fit in the important things of life, the big rocks of life. Try to see. Try that. We've already run out of space. You see? Creating space. If we are to take destiny, 100% control of our destiny. Now let's try it another way. We see. How do we take control of our destiny? By creating space in our lives. So this one can't fit in. Let's try this one. Creating space. If we start by emptying our life, so that we create room, first of all, for the big rocks. We create space, first of all, for the big rocks. So we create space. We say, maybe this is family. Maybe this is family or personal life. We put it in there. Personal life has gone into our lives. Maybe this is family relationships. Let personal life be there. Probably now this is family relationships. Family relationships goes in there. Then we get career business goes in there. And then maybe this one is finance, wealth, investments, money goes in there. Then probably this is lifestyle. Put it in there, planning our lifestyle. So the big rocks have gone in. We've created space for the big rocks. Then these little things, which are also important, they are little things that are important. We try now to bring them in after we have put in the big rocks of our lives. We now try to bring these ones in, and we see we try to see. see. We've almost taken everything. We've almost taken everything. When they went into our lives first, when these little things went into our lives first, they couldn't let our big rocks go in. But when the big rocks go in first, we can still find space in our lives for these little things. They can fit in. Once the big blocks go in, you can still always find space for these ones. You see? That is a well-balanced life. The big rocks are already in. They have fitted in very well. Then the little things also come and fit in. Now that is a life which has space for the priorities. It has those nitty-gritty which make you very busy, but the big blocks, the big building blocks are there. You are in charge of yourself. Your family is happy, supportive, focused. Your career, business is doing well, is planned well, it's maintained well. Your money, finance, investments are doing well. Yeah, they are tracked well. You do planning, budgeting, and everything. Your lifestyle is planned, and you are living a life you enjoy. That is a balanced life. That's a balanced life. I want to challenge you to go to the chat and type in some of your big rocks. What are those aspects of your life which you call, this is a big rock? Go to the chat and type in some of them. Family, job, business, community project. Okay, very interesting big rocks there. Now, in your book, I want to give you a few minutes. Write down the actions you will take on each of the 3 most important big rocks. From our lesson here, what are you going to do? Maybe you don't have space, your life doesn't have space for your big rocks. Tell us, write in your book, what action are you going to take? What is the action you are going to take to create space for your 3 most important big rocks? What is the action you are going to take? Write that one down. That is one of those atomic assignments, those little assignments which are very important. Now, this is a reminder. These big rocks are very important, but they never seem to be urgent. And that's why they get neglected. That's why everybody neglects them. Like a personal planning, it never feels urgent. It never feels urgent. It's not as urgent as a toothache. When you have a toothache and you need to see a dentist, that is very urgent. The pain tells you this is very urgent. Planning well, planning your life well, doesn't seem to be urgent. You can ignore it for a week, you can ignore it for a month, you can ignore it for 10 months, you can ignore it even for 10 years. It will always seem okay until you get that feedback we talked about, the feedback of life. So, what action are you going to take on your 3 most important big rocks to create space for them? In our illustration, even if some of those nitty-gritties remained, couldn't fit in, As long as the big rocks can fit in, they will give direction to the life. Lastly, something to focus on. We've talked about clarifying what you want. We talked about belief. Believe in it. Believe you can do it. Believe you can get that. Believe you can attain that. Believe you can reach that place. Believe you can achieve that goal. Number 3, we talked about creating space. Create space. If something is a priority, a big priority, big building block in your life, then create space for it. Create space to reflect on yourself, personal, on reflecting, on sitting down to evaluate, on sitting down to clarify your value system. Is it helpful to the direction you are going? Create space for your family. Create space for your career, business. Create space for your finances, wealth, investment, money. Create space for lifestyle, design. Not just enjoying, but designing the lifestyle. Choosing to say, this is how I will live my life. Create space for your community contribution. Thank you very much. Thus far, we are talking about taking 100% control of your destiny. We talked about clarifying your what you really want, especially in the 6 building blocks of your life. We say that after you have clarified what you really want, believe. Work on your belief. Because it's hard to accomplish, to achieve that which you don't believe. The Bible says that without faith, it is impossible to please God. It actually says, faith, belief, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Always, when we believe to get something, that thing is not there. Someone said, believing in the unseen is not believing at all. Belief is in the unseen. And so when you clarify what it is you want, that thing doesn't exist. And that's where the belief gets challenged. The Bible challenges us to see like it exists. It says, faith is the substance of things hoped for. That thing you hope for, you must bring it up as if it is a substance. Substance is something which exists. You must act, you must use your power of imagination to come to a point where you see it even when it doesn't exist. You smell it even when it doesn't exist. You hear its sound even when it doesn't exist. You feel its texture even if it doesn't exist. Maybe you taste its flavor even when it doesn't exist. So, the second step was belief. The third one was create space. You need space in your life for that which you want to accomplish. You can't accomplish something when your life is full of the nitty-gritties of life. You must create space so that that which you believe for fits into your life very well, so that it can get attention, your full attention. It can get your energy. It can get your belief. It can get your conviction. It can get your passion. So create space. Now, the last action we will talk about is think big. Think big. Don't think small. As Africans, we have some homework to do in this area of thinking big. Thinking differently in order to achieve the greater results that we aim for. Refuse to be held back from your destiny by average, ordinary thinking. You must expand the way you think. Many people in Africa have experienced a lot of turmoil, a lot of difficulty, a lot of challenge, a lot of deprivation, lack, want, poverty, disease. Sometimes for prolonged periods, for years, for decades. And these things begin to shape even the way you think. Even when you're trying to go for a big goal, these things come and cloud the way you think. And so, here is the challenge to stop thinking small. We have to think abundance. We have to think more. Abundance thinking is the mentality of God. God is an abundant being. God is a beautiful being. God is a being of increase. God is a being of possibility. You can see it in his work. Abundant water. What is abundant? He gave earth abundant water, abundant air, abundant light, abundant growth, abundant food, abundant land. He is a being of abundance. God is a creative being. He creates, and he says he created us like him. So we are creative beings. One of the things that get affected when we go through all the negativity we go through as human beings, especially as Africans, is a killing of this aspect of creativity. We lose creativity. So in changing the way you think, in changing the way we think, one of the areas we have to recapture is that we are creative. That you can go in a place, you can go in a situation and turn it around and recreate it. We can recreate. We can recreate our life. We can recreate our family. We can recreate that heart where we live. We can recreate that household where we live. You can recreate. You can turn around your life. Take yourself through a 180-degree change of mindset. There is that story in the Bible of the prodigal son. The story tells us he made a 180-degree turn. In spite of his mistakes, in spite of his blunders, he reached a day and he said, "Today I turn." And he did the impossible. He did the things which nobody would expect him to do. He had broken relationships at home. He chose to go back home. He chose to reconnect. That is the kind of situation you have to take yourself through. A 180-degree turn. I was moving eastwards, now I'm moving westwards. I was moving north, I'm moving south. I was moving south, I'm moving north. I was doing this, I don't do it at all. I was believing in negativity, I now believe in positivity. I've been thinking this is impossible, now I think it is possible. I pray in possibility. I think in possibility. I imagine in possibility. One of the amazing gifts that distinguish us as human beings from the rest of creation, that special gift that God gave a human being, is the gift of imagination. Creative imagination. That you can use your mind to begin to create something which is not there. Now, many times we use that imagination gift, that gift of imagination, we use it negatively. I can see those people attacking me. I see them now attacking me. I can now see them taking hold of me. I can see them coming here. I see them arriving. You are playing a movie, a negative movie, to yourself. Everybody uses the imagination. Most people use it negatively against themselves. I can see a problem happening. I can see, and then you begin to play the movie of that problem, how things deteriorate from one stage to the second stage, to the third stage, to the fourth stage. You begin to play a negative movie to yourself. How about if you use the imagination to play a positive movie? I can see people arriving to help me. I see them asking me what I want. I see myself telling them my goals in those 6 important areas. I see them appreciating me. I see them referring me to someone to help me. I see them giving me the technology I want to achieve that. I see them checking on me once in a while. I see them connecting me to the capital. I said, we don't do that. We don't dream in the positive. Many times we dream in the negative. We use our creative imagination, that gift, negatively. In thinking big, even in belief, that gift of imagination is very important. But we have now to proactively learn to use it positively. We will end by summarizing the key steps. We will handle today the 4 key steps. 1, clarify what you really want in the 6 core areas of your life. 2, choose to strongly believe. Choose to strongly believe in what you want. Number 1, what do you want? Clarify it. Make it so clear. Use your imagination even here. Go in your mind and create that thing, that school you want to build, that hospital you want to build, that project you want to build, that thing you want. It's you who knows what thing that. Can you see it? Can you see the children in that school? Can you hear the sounds of the children at the break playing? Can you hear how they are laughing and chasing one another playing? Can you pull the voice of the teacher in the classroom teaching and the children responding? All those are steps in clarifying. You must go into your mind and use those gifts of imagination and travel and go ahead and see to a time when the school is already existing. See yourself walking on the school compound, visiting the school as the owner. In your mind, those are steps in clarifying. then choose to strongly believe that this is happening. In fact, choose to believe it has happened. It's a matter of time. This has happened. It's a matter of time for me to see it, but it has already happened. Choose to strongly believe. Believe. Because they say, the word says, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Substance exists. Existing part of what you hope for. What you hope for doesn't exist, but anything called substance exists. So it's a duality, that you hope for something which hasn't existed yet, but you believe like it has existed because it's a substance. So choose to strongly believe. Number 3, we talked about creating space. Create space. Let those goals settle in. Let them have time. Let them have attention to be planned, to be budgeted, to be evaluated, to be monitored, to be reviewed, to be prayed for, to be believed for, to be researched about, to be collaborated upon. Maybe there's someone you need to go and talk with and visit and get some advice and share. Create space. Number 4, we talked about thinking big. Thinking big about that which you want to accomplish. We will end our seminar by affirming that you are the leaders we are targeting. You are the leaders who are going to transform your lives, transform your families and your communities. When we talk about those 1 million leaders across Africa, you who is in this seminar, you are one of those leaders. You are a leader. You don't need a political office to be a leader. You don't need any administrative office to be a leader. You don't need any religious, spiritual, pastoral office to be a leader. You don't need any whatever office to be called a leader. No, you are a leader. The moment God said, create him, create her in our image, after our likeness, and let her have dominion over everything we've created. Once God said that, you became a leader. The Bible says, God knew you before you were created in the womb. And he appointed you to be a prophet, to be a leader in the nations. Before your father and your mother conceived you, you were a leader. Someone can deny you a position. Someone can say, I will, that one, as long as I'm here, that will never be called a manager. That's just a role. That's just a role that person is keeping away. But you are a leader. You have your leadership. You are given your leadership before you showed up. Never, never, ever give up on yourself. You are a leader. Have confidence in yourself. Only you can write your story. Only you can write your story. Only you knows what you feel inside, what you want. There's no company that knows what you really want. There is no family that knows what you really want. There is nobody except you and God. Those two know really what you want, because God stamped it in your soul. Your soul, where that whisper comes from, where that voice of destiny comes from. It comes from that stamp. God stamped your destiny in your soul. Now your soul reads it from there and begins to bring it in your mind. begins to breathe it in the ears of your understanding. So have confidence in yourself. Only you can write your story. Only you knows what you want. Only you knows the life you want in its details. Only you hears that possibility whisper, that whisper of destiny, that pulls you and says, let's go. You can do this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I can see you admiring that person, but you can't do that. You can do better. It's only you who hears that voice. And so, we affirm you. Whatever you've heard in this seminar, take action on it. Make it a routine. Make it a lifestyle. Pick routines from there that you do every day. The clarifying, the believing, the creating of space, the thinking big. Find ways to do that every day. Take action. The Bible also says, faith without action is dead. If you just believe these things, but you don't take action, measurable action, specific action, that faith will be dead. So take action. Share this material with everybody around you. Visit our website. There's a lot of information on our website for you. We have a lot in our systems that we plan to share with you. A lot of amazing products we will be bringing to share with you, but also a lot of seminars that we will bring. So stay in touch with us. Keep following us on our social media platforms. Like us. Keep in touch with us. Watch this space. We have a lot for you. If you're watching this on video and you've liked it, subscribe below. And also share it with everybody around you. Like I said, our vision is financially secure leaders, sustainably transforming their communities, African communities. That's what we see. That's what we pursue, the journey we pursue. And our mission is we are building a place, a family, where 1 million leaders across Africa learn, collaborate, explore opportunities, attain financial security. And through that, they create their own networks of financially secure transformational leaders. And together, that power, they use it to transform their society. Why do we emphasize financial security? Because leadership is influence and nothing else. And there is no influence without finances. The Bible says money is the answer to everything. Thank you very much. Thank you for partnering with us. Look out for the next seminar. God bless you.